eBay's changing some things up, and it might make us make some changes in the way we do our sourcing. In today's video, we're going to talk about how we're handling the changes. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name's Hope, and I am one of the voices of Leanstead. My husband and I are both full-time resellers currently. We're just now getting to the point where we are pushing 1 year on eBay, and we've learned a ton. We've made a ton of mistakes, and we're just wanting to share the journey with others, and so they can learn along with us, so that we can learn from them, and maybe we can help someone else keep from making the mistakes that we have made that have been costly for us. So around the first of the year, we started to hear that eBay was going to make some changes in their item conditions category. And this has been confusing. We're one of the many that was hearing things from other sources like on YouTube, but not getting any information directly from eBay. So when we first started to hear something about this, this was like mid-January, I believe, we actually went to the Facebook group, the eBay Facebook group, where we're supposed to be able to go into the chat and ask questions. And when I did that, and I'll have to go back and look at the date, I'll stick it on the screen, but I was really shocked that the person who was answering the questions said, I don't know anything about those conditions changes. And I said, well, that's funny because people on YouTube were talking about it, and I even sent them some links to some things that I had seen. And they said, well, thanks for sending that information along. It looks like we are rolling out some changes. I think maybe it was in the UK or Australia. I can't remember exactly. But they were making changes in other countries, but not in the US yet. So in the chat on Facebook, they told me to keep an eye on the community, the eBay community, that's where the announcement would be made. Now, my chickens are a little upset about this too, if you can hear them in the background. So I did go and did some digging. Finally, I kept watching the eBay community website, which is not very easy to find, but they had given me the link in the Facebook text to keep an eye on that, and I will share that link in the description for this video if you would like to follow that if you're not aware of where that is. I have to keep going back to that same Facebook chat to pull the link up to it, but I just checked it out again today, and originally the rollout was supposed to be for February 4th, and it looks like the changes are not taking place. Obviously, on the 4th, when we went to make listings for the day, there was nothing different in how to describe our item condition. So we watched it yesterday as well, still no change. So today I went back to the eBay community, and now there is another article that says that they've recently announced the expansion of the new item conditions clause that was supposed to start on February 4th, but today, meaning on the 4th, they made the decision to reschedule the launch of these conditions options to assure the best experience possible. I think that there were probably a lot of people like us who were not getting the information, and maybe they're trying to do a better job of getting it out. But it still sounds like they are planning on rolling that out mid-February. So I don't know what that means exactly. February 15th, 14th, I don't know. But either way, I think it is something that is coming where we are going to have to clarify the condition of our items now, where they are going to either be excellent, good, or fair. And I think that buyers will have the option of searching in those 3 areas. So because of that, we are starting to, Michael and I are beginning to rethink some of the ways that we are sourcing. Still, we are going to be sourcing from the same places. We mainly do our sourcing at thrift stores. We have probably 5 or 6 different stores that we go to on a fairly regular basis. Um, and we will still use those main sources, but the items that we will be picking up are probably going to change just a little bit. Um, in the past, we have taken advantage of dollar days and the deep discounts and bought things that we would consider to be in good condition. And even some things that we've made some repairs on, replaced buttons or some buttons back on. Now, looking forward, one of the things that we are starting to do is really be much more discriminating in the items that we pick up. So rather than pick up something that we think is not bad, it's kind of okay, in order to fit into at least that good category, it needs to have very few flaws. So we primarily focus on men's clothing, and that has been mostly men's shirts and pants, shorts, jeans, and then, of course, some sweaters and jackets. Because jeans, currently are not easy to find in the locations that we're looking, our selection has been very limited. And I think that it's because it's the time of year that there are other resellers in the area and they're focusing on jeans as well. So, for that reason, our selection is just not as good, and we're definitely picking up fewer sale items. We still can, if we really want to pay up, we can find some good jeans, but we're really finding that our bread and butter seems to be in other areas. So we're not focusing so much on jeans, but when we do buy jeans, we are now going to be a lot more selective about what we consider to be distressed. And so I'm curious if we're trying to aim for jeans that are either new with tags or in like new condition so that we can say it's in excellent condition. Are you, if you're a reseller and you sell jeans, are you changing up the way you look at your items that you're sourcing? Are you still picking up the same kinds of jeans? Are you picking up distressed jeans? How are you handling that? I'm really curious about that, and I'd love to hear what you're doing. Are you going to focus mainly on the better version of jeans, or will you continue to buy more distressed jeans and just see what happens? I do think that we will continue to pick up, like I said, we will continue to pick up the good jeans that we can find. But I think we're going to focus a little bit more of our effort on uh, items that just don't come, they're not trendy distressed, just so that we avoid that hassle and that gray area of describing something as being excellent or good or fair. So, anyway, that's the way we're looking at that. It does look like we will be all facing the mid February rollout of these new conditions. So we're trying to, again, just be more intentional and discriminating when we are picking up items and making sure that we're picking up things that are going to be a good value to our buyers. So um, I hope that gives you something to think about as you are looking to make these changes too and waiting for that to roll out. We'll see. I think in the long run, this could be a good thing. It does seem like a bit of a hassle right now, but I think in the long run, it will be a way of weeding out eBay sellers who just are not as customer focused and are not um, wanting to do much more than just the bare minimum. We're definitely willing to do a little more, put in a little bit more effort. We want to provide good quality and a good value to buyers. And so I hope that that's what they're finding. Our reviews seem to be in agreement with that, but we're always looking to improve. So if you have the way that you can help us improve, we would love to hear about it. And I hope this helps you out in some way in preparing for your own eBay business. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you on the next one.